So I love the sound of walking bass lines. And for a while, I was totally obsessed with trying to figure out how to combine blues licks with walking bass lines on the guitar. And that inevitably led to trying to figure out some turnarounds that combined walking bass lines and blues licks. So here's one of them. It sounds like this. Okay, so it's based on this kind of chord progression. E chord to an E with a third in the bass, A7, A sharp diminished, back to E with the fifth in the bass, C sharp 7 sharp 9, using the open string on the high string for the sharp 9, F sharp 7 to B7 and back around. So the bass is going. And I think the first place I ever really saw one of these turnarounds was in Richard Saslow's book on ragtime guitar, which is actually back in print as a digital book, and you should totally go check it out because he has a turnaround like this, where the bass is making a similar cyclical kind of thing. This one we're coming up, but we end up coming back around in a sort of similar way. Anyway, you might want to sort of get the bass line in your head. So open, 4th fret on the low string, open A, 1st fret, 2nd fret, 4th fret, 2nd fret on the low string, over to the B, and back around. And the chord voicings are basically this fragment of an E chord. So you just need the 1st fret on the 3rd string. And then this E7 with a G sharp in the bass. I've got 4th fret on the low string, 4th fret on the 3rd string, 3rd fret on the 2nd string. And that's all you really need. Because we're playing fingerstyle, we're just picking out the notes we need. You don't have to worry about what would happen if you strummed across all 6 strings. Again, A7, we only really need these notes. Open 5th string, open 3rd string, 2nd fret on the 2nd string. A sharp diminished, just bring in the index finger on the 1st fret of the 5th string and continue on with the open 3rd string and the 2nd fret on the 2nd string. For the E, really all you need to grab is the bass, 2nd fret on the A string. That's the 5th of E, which we're using the 5th in the bass and playing some licks on top. And then this is what we're using for C sharp. If you can picture a B7 chord with the pinky left out, bring it up 2 frets, 4th fret, 3rd fret, 4th fret on the 5th, 4th, and 3rd strings. And then over to an F sharp 7. You could picture this bar chord, but we just need the 2nd fret on the 6th string, the 2nd fret on the 4th string, and the 3rd fret on the 3rd string. And then B7 without the high string. So that's the framework. And by and large, I've got index finger picking the 3rd string and ring finger picking the high string, or middle finger playing the 2nd string. So for the licks, we start off on E. There's pretty much of a triplet or 12/8 feel throughout. So 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and then some syncopations playing off that basic rhythm. So we start off with a pinch on the 6th and 3rd string with a hammer onto the 1st fret, and then over to the 2nd string and the high string. So the first thing is easy, just then we jump up to this chord voicing. Let's see, I gotta remember how it all goes together. Okay, yeah, so downbeat is just the bass, and then index and middle play on the 3rd and 2nd string. So that gives you a little bit of time. The first thing you gotta do is get the bass in place, and it gives you a fraction of a second to get the rest of your fingers down to the left hand. Because then it's thumb, fingers on the index and middle on the third and second strings, and then high string. So 2 and 1 and 2 and now we're going to grab thumb, index, and middle. So open 5th string, open 3rd string, 2nd fret on the 2nd string, and then get the pinky down. Forgot about that when I was explaining the chords, but pinky plays 3rd fret on the high string. So you can see it's part of a A7 chord. So that's on, let's see, 3 and, so there's kind of a syncopated moment. And now, here's the diminished chord. So we got 1st fret on the 5th string and 2nd fret on the high string, pinching, pull off, and then go to the 2nd fret on the 2nd string. So 4 and, measure. So we've got the B in the bass on the 2nd fret of the 5th string, and then pick the open 2nd string, hammer onto the 2nd fret. So 1 and now it's a bit of a jump. The middle finger slides up 2 frets. The ring finger comes over 1 string to the 4th fret of the 3rd string. So we've got thumb and index pinching along with a high string pinching. So 5th, 3rd, and high string, and then on the and, come in and pick 3rd fret on the high string, picking with the middle finger. So 1 and so another syncopation, and then we go over to the F♯7 chord. So some funky dissonant notes in there. They're blue. It's a blues lick, so it sounds good in context, but a little weird when you isolate it over the F# chord, because this is just root, flat 7 and 5 of E7, but we're playing it over F# right now. So that stuff is clanking away, but it works. So I'm pinching again, thumb on the low string, 2nd fret, index on the 3rd fret of the 3rd string, open high string with the ring finger, and rolling it a little bit. And then coming over to pick the 3rd fret on the 2nd string, and then open 2nd string. So let's see. So 3 and then. So now we're coming into a B7, and we want this on top, which is a double stop where you play 3rd fret on the 3rd string, picking with the index finger, ring finger on the high string, and a quick ornament, just doing the blues note into the 4th, like that, only it's a double stop. So we're coming from here to open 3rd string to 2nd fret on the 4th string. But we've got to get the bass in there on the downbeat, and the easiest way to do it, instead of trying to split it and get the bass here and then pull off like that, you can just slide both in. So slide from the 3rd to the 2nd fret on the 5th string as well. So you're basically pinching a C7 chord, right? Thumb, index, and ring on the 3rd, 3rd, and open high string. So, and then pulling it back, and then finishing up like that. So you're counting beats 4 and 1. So the second half. Fancy footwork here to find the best way to play that E note. So the whole thing slowly. And then up the tempo. 1, 2, 3, and. So, walking bass turnaround in E. Hope that gives you some licks and some things to try out. If you've got any questions, any comments, please scroll down, leave me a message, drop me a line. I would love to write back to you, love to hear about what you're thinking about, and I'll see you next time.